Wait for everybody to pop on in on the show. Fix my mic here. Here we go with the mic again. I should be ready to go with the mic. Seems to be always having issues with the mic. Every time when we go live, I do apologize. Alright, we are live. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the MetsXMFanZone Podcast, home of your everything New York Mets. If you guys love our shows, you guys can always tweet, like, and subscribe to get more of your New York Mets news. You guys can share, like, and subscribe to our channel. We have some news development coming into our office, which we did yesterday here up on our show. But if you guys haven't heard the news, the New York Mets ended up signing last night around 9 o'clock, 9:30, J.D. Martinez to a one-year deal at $12 million. I think this is a really good move. I thought we heard the scoop last night on it. I don't know if anybody did hear it as of this morning, but obviously, if you're a Met fan, you probably woke up this morning and heard, wait a minute, J.D. Martinez is now a New York Met. And do I like this move? 110%. I think this was a really good move for the Mets coming into the office. But we also heard some other news last night as well, too. Kodai Senga is now going to be medically cleared and ready to go. From what we are hearing, it could be 3 to 4 weeks. However, they want to just, ease him back into the groove of everything, but he is now medically cleared to do practice now for the New York Mets. So we are now hearing that Kodai Senga he is now medically cleared to go with the New York Mets. Now, if you guys would like to see today's stream, we got a really good matchup. We got a Subway Series matchup too to show here. We got the New York Mets versus the New York Yankees. Game does start at 1:05. If you guys would like to see the live stream, you guys can go to our website at MetsXMFanZone.org. To all of our subscribers, you guys can go on there, share, like, and subscribe, because if you guys want to see your game today with the New York Mets versus the New York Yankees, it is on our website, and you can we now have where you can download the app, and you can I'll explain that in just a second though. You can download the app, iOS and Android, but however, when you become a member, you'll be able to download the apps. So it is only membership only. So if you get a membership with our platform, you can download the app once it becomes available to all of our members. So, all right. So let's get into today's matchup. We got Tyler Stewart on for the New York Mets. He is 0-0 with a 1 strikeout. What are we going to see out of him in today's matchup? You're going to see that sweep and slider. He has been very effective with that sweep and slider. He is a 2.65 ERA with Brooklyn. What are we going to see today with that? I think he's going to do a lot of in the ground sweep and sliders. We know he's prone to throwing those. So expect to see the sweep and sliders very often in today's game. One thing I also like with him is with that curveball. I think that he's very effective with the curveball. Expect to see a nice, few couple of innings out of him. I don't think the Mets are going to have him go out, excessively in today's matchup. He might come back into the game if they let him, take him out. He might go back in. I think the Mets want to see a little bit work coming out of him. I think Tyler Stewart, he might not join any sort of roster, but he definitely will be the starter in today's matchup. And then we got for the New York Yankees, Lewis Gill. Lewis Gill is 2-0 with a 2.31 ERA. He's got 18 strikeouts. This is his 5th start with the Yankees. What are we going to see out of his repertoire in today's game? You're going to see a lot of the fastball. He does attack the strike zone very often inside against it. I don't know if he's going to do it against a lot of Mets. I think a lot of pitching situation there. I love on how he can throw the curveball outside of the dirt. Of course, we do know he is a guy that can do that quite often. Expect to see that launch angle out of 75% against a lot of Met hitters. However, he does strike out, but he strikes out less often. He's at that 2.3 percentile. I want to see a little bit of that 1.5. You know, we don't want him to strike out a lot of our guys in today's game. We want him to get into really bad situations for the Mets. Mets got really good hitting in this matchup in today's game, so we're going to talk a little bit on the lineup. So before that, but let's get into the Yankees lineup for today's game. We got batting first, playing second base is Gleyber Torres. Then we got batting second, playing right field is Juan Soto. He is a newcomer to the New York Yankees, which I think the Mets are probably going to sign him in to a long-term deal next year. Then we got batting third, playing left field needs no introduction, and that's Aaron Judd. Then we got batting fourth, playing first base, Anthony Rizzo. A lot of Yankee fans love Anthony Rizzo, but he will be on first base. Then we got batting fifth and DHing, and I'm going to call him injury prone because that's what he is his whole entire career, and that is Giancarlo Stanton. Then we got batting sixth, playing shortstop, and that's Anthony Volpe. And then we got batting seventh and playing center field is Trent Grisham. Then we got batting eighth and catching is Jose Torino. And then batting ninth, playing third base is Kevin Smith. That's the lineup for the Yankees. And now, here is the lineup for the New York Mets in today's game. We got batting first and playing left field is Tyrone Taylor. Batting second and playing shortstop is Francisco Lindor. Then we got batting third and playing first base. I thought he was DHing, which is Pete Alonso. Then batting fourth, playing third base is Brett Beatty, having a pretty good couple of games so far. Batting fifth, playing right field is Sterling Marte. Then batting sixth, catching in today's game is Francisco Alvarez. Batting seventh and DHing, and probably going to go down because of the whole new J.D. Martinez move that the Mets end up doing, and that is Mark Vientos. Batting eighth and playing center field is Harrison Bader, having a really good spring. And then batting ninth and playing second base, and which is also having a very good spring too, and that is Zach Short. Now that's your lineup for today's matchup. Again, if you guys would like to see today's matchup, we do have it on our website at MetsXMFanZone.org. It's also on TV too, so I mean, the Mets don't have a feed in today's game, so if you're trying to hear Gary, Keith, and Ron, there is no SNY feed today, but we will be having it on our website. So make sure that you guys go and check that out by going to MetsXMFanZone.org. We give you VPN secure live streams. You can take the streams on the go with you. You don't have to worry about pop-ups or annoying advertisements. We never post that on our website. We give you no TV providers. You don't ever have to worry about a TV provider. All you have to do is sign up, select the plan, and boom, takes you right to the live stream. I think a lot of you guys are going to really enjoy it. We now have iOS versions, and we do have Android versions. The official launch will be on Monday. I know I didn't specify, but the official launch will be on Monday. You will see it on there onto your accounts. So if you guys subscribe to an inscription already. Monday will be the official launch. But to all of our subscribers that subscribe now, we'll be getting a demo version. That's pretty much it, really. I know a lot of you guys had questions. I haven't really got into the questions, but somebody asked on the stream yesterday when we were going to launch it out. So we didn't do an official launch yesterday. We will be doing an official launch on Monday, but to all of our subscribers, this is subscribers based only. So if you don't subscribe to the website, you don't get the app. So make sure that you subscribe to the website and have a plan, then you can get it. So true. I know I didn't specify it when I did so. So when you subscribe to a plan, that's when you'll be able to get the apps. Did you like this is from Crystal L124, and she asked yesterday, do you think that JD Martinez was a good move for the New York Mets? And she wanted to know, do you think he'll have well over accomplished on his home run style? I do. I think that with the whole JD Martinez move, it helps the middle of that lineup, because it'll definitely platoon Pete Alonso. It'll definitely work with Harrison Bader there. I think those guys will be great for where they are into the lineup, because you're probably going to have Brandon Nimmo, Sterling Marte, probably Jeff McNeil into that mix right there. Or if the Mets do, they bring Jeff McNeil down in the lineup to like 7th or 8th, and then maybe keep Sterling Marte up, probably put Francisco Alvarez into that mix somewhere, or have maybe Lindor go into second. I think there's a lot of decision making that I think that Mendoza is going to make here. You want to kind of give a good feel on where they're going to go with the whole lineup. But I do think that they got a really good, strong middle of the lineup now with Martinez. And with the home runs that we have seen him done with the Dodgers and with Boston, I think that, his stats is definitely well numbered. So, looking at the stats here, we saw in 2023, he had a really good, stat numbers with 33 home runs, had 103 RBIs, and had 439 at-bats. So we'll be able to see on what he could do for the Mets this year, but he has not reported down to spring training just yet. We should be hearing him coming in the next 2 or 3 days. So getting him into work, getting him here will be very well challenged. And then somebody asked, what number is he going to take? He is going to be taking number 28. We will be having we'll be having Met shirts for you guys coming in the next week or so, because I know everybody's been asking, will we have any pre-orders on it? I got hit with tons of DMs earlier this morning. We should have all of JD Martinez's merchandising more than likely by Monday or Tuesday. But from what we are hearing, he will be wearing the number 28. Another question here. Do you think that the Mets are gonna end up getting another pitcher in the repertoire, knowing that we got JD Martinez on deferments and whatnot? I do think that the New York Mets will. I look at it this way: if everything goes well and according to plan, then I think they're going to keep Tyler McGill into the mix. But if the Mets are really looking to win here and have a winning season, I would go out and get Jordan Montgomery. Now, however, the Mets are still in communications with Jordan Montgomery. I don't know what the logistics is looking like right now. I'm not going to go and predict anything, but I did know I talked with a lot of officials in the Mets office, and from what I am hearing, that the Mets are in high pursuits in getting Jordan Montgomery. I don't think that, again, if the Mets are planning on putting Tyler McGill and keeping him there in that fifth slot, we do know that Kodai Senga will be coming back in week 3 of season. Now, he's just a placeholder to be to that spot right now. So do I think that the Mets have what it takes? They keep Tyler McGill into the starting rotation? Probably. But from what we are knowing and from what we are hearing as of right now, there has nothing being said in regards to Jordan Montgomery. But I do know we're talking with a lot of people in the Mets office front that the Mets are considering in bringing him in. So hopefully we get to know something a little bit more. You haven't... first of all, I'm not even going to answer that. Okay, here's another question. Here, I had it right here. Way to go. All right. Will you be there at opening day? I will be there opening day, yes. I will be down in section 120 at third base. Okay, here. What do you think that the Mets record is going to be? I would probably say 95. I would go with maybe 95, somewhere in there. Here's another question. Do you think that the Mets should make a big splash at the trade deadline if the Mets are still in the race? I wouldn't really think so, in my opinion. I mean, if they're still in the race, I don't think that the Mets are going to probably go out and get maybe other pitching there, but they could probably get another big pitcher. It's just a matter of if everybody stays healthy and everybody's out there, I think everybody should be good to go. And if everybody's playing good, I think it would be definitely good to go. All right, let's take this to not TikTok. Let's take this to Instagram. Will you? Wait, hold on. I lost that question. It went by so fast. Okay. Where'd it go? I just lost it. Here we are. Somebody said, are you going to be doing, are you going to be at the Food and Wine Festival this year at Citi Field? No, I don't think so. Somebody said, thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. You think Mark Vientos will be sent down, knowing that the Mets do now have JD Martinez? Again, I think Mark Vientos is probably going to get sent down. I don't know exactly if the Mets are very high with Beatty. I think Mark Vientos is just as good, but could they very well be a good team this year? Yeah, but I think it would be a nice platoon between the both of them, because I really do think that Brett Beatty has a nice swing. I think Mark Vientos has a better swing. So, with that being said, could they do something there? Could we see Mark Vientos come up in September? Very well. But we should know in a couple of days if the Mets are going to send Mark Vientos down or not. We know he's playing in today's game. yes, the game is on stream. The game will be on our website. If you go to MetsXMFanZone.org, you can sign up to a subscription, and the game will be live. Just to let everybody know that it's spring training still, so you get spring training still free. So when you sign up, you don't get billed right away. Somebody asked me that too, right here on Facebook. Somebody said, "Do you get billed right away?" No, you don't get billed right away. You get spring training still free until I think April 1st or something like that. Thank you, haters. Thank you, appreciate it. Love them. They're my favorite. Those are my favorite fans. Embrace the haters. Somebody said, "Do you think Christian Scott can make the roster?" That's a good question. I mean, I like Christian Scott. I like what I see out of him. I know it's funny you may ask that. I think it was his agent. He used to have one of the agents that I used to work with. And I don't know if he's still... I'm not calling the agent by name. But I'll tell you guys one thing, though. His agent was so begging them, getting him up in the roster and, trying to get him to really have a good, left hook. I mean, absolutely, this kid has lightning stuff. I like what I see coming out of him. He's got a nice fastball. Do I think that his arm he's got a really good arm. I mean, absolutely. I know with going down to training, I was what do you call it? Where was I? I think I was in Miami. I think it was Miami, and I was doing a bullpen set. I was doing a bullpen session, and I was in the cage, and I was trying to get my form back, starting try to play ball again myself. And I happened to see him on the side of me, and I turned around to his guy, and I said, "This kid has a really good arm." And he goes, "Yeah, we're trying to get him up in the roster." So I mean, absolutely, I like what I see out of Christian Scott. I do think that he can definitely be called up to the main roster. So hopefully we get to see something new. I mean, really. We got some Twitter questions here. Thank you for all you're doing. Thank you for giving the news update. That's well appreciated. Thank you. Somebody said, "I like when you talk about the stats of a pitcher. What player do you think will stand out in 2024?" Jose Quintana. I think Quintana has a lot to prove this year. Do I think Tyler McGill has a lot to prove too this year? Those are two guys that I want to see on the radar this year. However, we know Sean Manaea has really good pitching. Hauser has good pitching. Those are two guys I think that could be very well confident this year. But I would like to go with Tyler McGill and go with Quintana. Those are two guys that I'm very confident in. But my main guy will be Quintana. Just because Quintana is always in the back of the bus, I feel, because he doesn't get talked enough, and no one really talks about him enough. Same thing goes with Tyler McGill. No one talks about Tyler McGill as often as you would hear. So do I think that Tyler McGill is going to be pretty decent this year? We saw on what he's doing now. So, I mean, Jose Quintana, I really do like. But, I mean, again, we never say never. I think that the Mets really have really good pitching, and the Mets do have some really good bullpen. And don't shut the Mets out. Don't be negative on the Mets, because if you're negative on the Mets, there goes your season right there. I think that the Mets got really good, a really good pen. They got really good, solid pitching in the front end of that rotation. Having Senga, having Quintana, having Adrian Hauser, having Sean Manaea, keeping Tyler McGill. I think Tyler McGill has a lot to prove this year, and hopefully we'll be able to get to see it coming this summer. So definitely we'll like to see Tyler McGill really step up his game quite often. So that's all the questions that we have for you guys today. If you guys love our shows, please always tweet, like, and subscribe, hit the share button, hit the star button, and we will see you guys in our next live show. We got on the mound for today's game, we got the New York Mets versus the New York Yankees. Game does start at 1:10. In today's matchup, we got Tyler Stewart on the mound for the New York Mets, and we got Lewis Gale on the mound for your New York Yankees. He is 2-0 with a 2.31 ERA with 18 strikeouts. Tyler Stewart, this is his third start in spring. He is 0-0 with a 0.000 ERA with 1 strikeout. If you guys would like to see today's game, it is on our website at MetsXMFanZone.org. Go check out all of your live streams 24/7 Mets access on our website by going to MetsXMFanZone.org. We'll see you guys in our live streams, and we'll see you this spring. Let's go, Mets.